this business is constant for everybody. In this business, there are people that are earning 20,000 euros per day. But also in this business, there are people that are already 5, 6, 7 years in the business, but they are career level 1, 2. So it's not about the business, it's about you. Are you eager to earn, to learn in order to earn? Or are you eager to looking for excuses? Unfortunately, 4/5 of the people will look for excuses. You know, Zoran, why Friday? Oh, but today is too hot. I would come if it was Sunday. So yes, you need to do some work, but each minute devoted on this business is worth of, and it will be paid off till the rest of your life and beyond. So let me explain why I started 10 years ago in Macedonia when there was nothing. The business was totally only a vision. Nothing. 10 companies, 10 partners, and so 10 partners all over Macedonia, and 2,394 members. That was it. And there was a story that one day a lot of people in Macedonia, there was a story that maybe if you are successful enough, there will be 50,000 members, maybe, and there will be 100 companies that will provide cashback. And nobody guaranteed that this will happen. Nobody. But we were told that if we do this, if we transfer the vision, if we spread the vision to our people, it will happen. And in order to be in, you were supposed to make a down payment to buy shopping points, if I transfer now in nowadays language, of 2,500 euros, up to 1%. And I'm in. Why? Why I said I'm in on such stupid offer, of such lousy offer? Why I said I'm in? I'm all in. Why? What did I saw actually? I saw MasterCard. I already had 11 years ago MasterCard in my pocket. And I saw that when I buy with MasterCard, when I pay with MasterCard, I knew that the bank was charging 1 up to 2% to the merchant. And I saw that everybody would have very soon MasterCard or Visa. And let me ask you now, you are young guys here and young girls, who doesn't have credit or debit card with you? Who doesn't have? You all have? Yeah. Show me please, I don't believe you. You have it? Really? 100%. 100%. So, who is gaining when you're using the card? Banks. Banks and Visa and MasterCard. Now, what I understood, what I saw was, now Zoran Vitanov from Strumica, Macedonia, in the middle of nowhere. Nobody cares in the world about Strumica. Nobody cares in the world about Balkan. I'm talking about real world, where money is. I'm talking about Hong Kong, New York, London. They don't care about Balkan. They don't consider Balkan as an economic potential. Out of Strumica, I saw that I can benefit more than all banks in Macedonia. And when I was telling this vision to my friends, to my wife, they were sending me all the time to one certain place, psychiatry. But I asked them, okay, let's consider the risk. The risk is my down payment of 2,500 euros. But it is down payment. This is down payment. If I find 10 people that they will get up to 1% cashback on each purchase, yes, in this time there was already also up to 1% commission fee. Marketing bonus, we call it in this time commission fee. It's marketing bonus now. And I said, okay, if I find 10% and my personal purchases, and if I try, if I explain, if I convince several local merchants from Strumica, from my birth town, like grocery store, like cafe bar, like boutiques, and so on and so forth, then one day, at least I will redeem my down payment. One day. Let it last 10 years. But anyhow, there is no risk. Or there is some certain risk to lock down my money for a certain period. But it's impossible to lose my money. But my question to them was, what if we succeed? What if one day in Macedonia there are 100 partners and there are not 2,395 persons, but let's say 23,000. What if 10,000 are in my network? So what happened? What we did? We are more than 1,000 companies, 1,000 plus, and we are almost 300,000 members. And Kosovo and Macedonia are very similar by size of the land and by number of population and by purchase power. Very similar, and by mentality. So I'm asking you, if we did, who has doubts that Kosovo will fail? Now it's up to 5%. Now we have shopping points. Now we have deals. Now we have 40,000 online shops, including Booking, AliExpress, shops that everybody is purchasing every day here from the region. Now you have social proof that ordinary people can reach earning of 50,000 euros per month and above. So there is no doubts anymore. So it's only up to you. But if you are not present on such events, if you are not listening the successful people, but you're listening your friends and neighbors and relatives, there is high probability that you won't succeed. When I reached career level 3, somebody called me, Austrian number, unknown to me. Yes? And he said, is this Mr. Zoran Vitanov? Yes, of course. My name is Mike Miller. He called me, he found me. But I provide result, and it was July 2012. And he said to me the following.
This is July 2022.
Yes, exactly 10 years ago. And he said to me, listen, my friend, I know that now you are wondering who is this guy. And he said, what should I help you to bring you this month, July, into career level 4? What should I do that might be useful for you? What are your plans for July? He said, because you show results. He said, because you are not joking about this business. And I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for individuals that have potentials. And he said, listen, my friend, if you promise me that you will do your best to become career level 4, I promise you that my time will be your time. Do you know why? Because if you become in July career level 4, I will become career level 7. I will become president. There is no other moment in my life, including my parents, including my closest friends, nobody ever in my life till that July 2012 called me and asked me, how can I help you to fulfill your dream? No one, including my parents, not because they don't love me, because they are not aware what are my dreams, and they are not aware how they can help me. And there is one unknown person from Austria. He found my number, he called me, and he said, is it fair enough that my time is your time if you promise me that you will be career level 4? Because I need to become president. I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing this for myself. I'm helping you because of myself. This is fair, this is honest, and there is natural connection. And I immediately fall in love with this business. I immediately understood what I should do with my people. I immediately understood that I shouldn't care about my career level 4. I immediately understood that all I should care is about the career level 3 of my people, of my team. And then I invite all of my team, all of them. I sent circular email. In that time there was not so developed Facebook, there was no messenger, I don't remember about Viber, maybe there was also no Viber in that time. So I remember that I sent email, circular email to all of them. Of course, only 1/5 of them replied. For instance, if I send this email to 100 people,
20.
only 20 replied. And there were about quarter of the reply was excuse why they shouldn't or wouldn't. But still, there was a core team who remains. And I start to work with them. And I ask them, if you promise me that you will bring 5 people on such event, if you promise me how much? 3, 7, okay. And then I find out that I can bring 100 people in a room like this in Strumica. And then I called Mike and I said, Mike, I need you on 20th of July to be in Strumica. He said, okay, I will find coordinates and I will come. And the funny thing is, in that time, as career level 6, he just bought his new Porsche Panamera. New, brand new. In that time, this was very popular car because it was the first edition. Panamera was just the first Porsche with 4 doors. No. And he didn't know that last 60 kilometers, when you drive from Austria to Strumica, he didn't know that in the last 60 kilometers from Štip to Strumica, the road was with Kalderma. Can you imagine 130,000 euros brand new Porsche? And when he came to Strumica, his face was red like your blouse. And he immediately get out, just like I came now. I met a lot of people, but imagine that I don't know who is Drillion, because he invited me. And he saw about 50 people, because he came 1 hour ahead. And he just went out from the room and he said, from the car, he said, who is here Zoran Vitanov? And I knew why. And I said, listen you, if you are not career level 4 on 31st of July, I leave this car here and you buy me a new Porsche. Because he was very honest. As I told you now, not everybody will succeed. But it's up to you who will. And yes, some of you will. I promise that some of you will, but not everybody. Who? Those who will be present on each event. It's simple like this. Why? Because on everyday life, you in Kosovo, we in Macedonia, we are on perfect seminars for poverty. But you are not aware of it. I was not aware. When you come to such seminars, when you go to Krakow, you compensate your garbage knowledge how to become poor, and you transfer with your real knowledge how to become successful. That's why you need to be present. You need to, as I used to say, be all the time in the frames of the picture. Whenever is event of your upline, just be in the picture and you are successful. And I said to myself, but this is easy. It's easy. All that I need is decision for this. Nothing else. Just decision. I don't care what's the temperature outside. I don't care how far I should drive. I don't care when. I don't care where. I don't care with who. I don't care anything. All I care is to be present. Simple as this. And yes, Mike Miller said, since you brought your decision, now in August, I will stay 10 days because of you in Macedonia. Because he told me, listen, my friend, in that time, you also didn't know this. In this time, K4, real level 4, was 60,000 shopping points. Now it's 20,000. And another thing, now you only need to do it once. And you are already career level 4, and you get paid the same amount as 60,000, 1.2 thousand euros. It's the same amount. But we had in this time qualification month, and the very next month, not the following one of the following months, but the very next month, you need to repeat to confirm the same volume. So it was qualification, confirmation. So we did it 60 plus thousand in July. But now I only qualified for career level 4. Mike Miller only qualified to become president. But we were not 4 and he was not president. So he said, now I promise, because you deliver, because you did your best, because you neglect everything, including your family, in order to do it. Now I promise you, if you are eager a whole August to do the same, I promise you 10 days I will stay in Macedonia. He stayed 10 days in Estonia, 10 days in Portugal, and 10 days in Macedonia. Why? Because he saw potential in one guy in Estonia, he saw potential in Duarte Saldanha from Portugal, and he saw potential in me. He saw bigger potential in me than I saw my own potential. That's why you need upline. Yes, you need to sacrifice a little bit. If you are not willing to step out of your comfort, I guarantee you, you will have a long time discomfort. But if you step out of your comfort shortly, I guarantee you, a long time in your life comfort. So it's up to you. It's up to you. And I did it. After career level 4, I was social proof to my people that yes, if I can do it, they can do it. And by inertia, it was end of August, by inertia, in December I became 5. 2012. The first career level 5 on Balkans. And then I pretend that I'm what? A star. A successful. And what happened? Comfort zone. Totally. Since December 2012 up to May 2015, I didn't repeat career level 5 again. I made career level 5. I was paid around 5,000 euros this month. And I pretend that I am a star, that I know everything. And now by inertia, I will become career level 6, career level 7. And I stopped communicating with my team. I went to vacation with Julia on ski in January. I did everything but like on it. Why? Because I thought that now I know everything and I don't need any. I did my job. And what happened? Immediately, next month, career level 4. Next month, career level 3. And then I start panic. And then I said, business is not good. Hubert should do this and this. Mike, you are not good mentor. My people, they are all lazy. They are stupid. They don't know anything. Everything but me. Everything was wrong, only I was successful. Then I said, you stopped learning. If you don't understand that you need to learn every month, you will stagnate till the rest of your life. Not only in this business, in every business. But if you understand that you need to learn, you will become president. And he said, I was exactly where you are now. When I became career level 5, I also did the same as you. That's why I know. But I didn't listen. I was complaining 2 years. From February 2013 till March 2015, I was only complaining about the system, about the business, about the compensation plan, about Uber, about the office. Everybody in office in Macedonia, they didn't do their job, otherwise I would be successful again, and so on and so on. About my lifeline, they were all stupid. My upline, they don't know nothing. 2 years. And then, March 2015, Hubert Freidel and Mike Miller came to Macedonia. We had event in Skopje in Hotel Alexander Palace.
What's the event?
You've been there? March 2015? Really? It was on the very beginning of March. 4th, 5th, 6th of March. So Hubert came and he was promoting the event in Las Vegas. Exactly the same event as now we have in Krakow. Elite Seminar. Las Vegas, March 2015. And after the event, he invited several people from Macedonia, including me, on dinner. You know, Hubert is still doing the same, inviting the most successful on dinner. And then Mike Miller told me, okay, Zoran, if you come to Vegas, you will survive this business and you will become successful. If you do not come to Vegas, it's a question of time when you will quit this business. And I said, okay, if this is the case, then I will come. Great. Plane ticket, hotel, accommodation, seminar, total $5,000. I said, okay, but you are inviting me. So I suppose that the company should pay me. Why are you inviting me? They should pay me. You understand? I was totally in wrong mindset. That they should pay me. And I said, it's impossible. 5,000 euros for Macedonian to go to Vegas. Never. Never. And then Mike told me a crucial sentence. Zoran, don't ask how much does it cost to go to Vegas. Ask how much does it cost if you stay in Skopje. And this will kill all your dreams for the rest of your life. And then I decided to myself that I have to listen to this guy. Again, when we joined together in July 2012, I made my, breakthrough. I became 4, and right after I became 5. When I stopped learning, I went down. And now I said to myself, this is my last chance. There is something that I know. I was not aware what. I was not aware that there is something that I don't know. But I trust this guy because once he was right and he was growing, because now he was already career level 8. He was 6 when we met. He became 7, I became 5. Now I'm 3 and he's 8. So probably he's doing something that I'm not doing. And I went to Vegas. And I had the impression that in Vegas, this seminar was programmed especially for me. I had the impression that they know everything what I'm thinking about. All my wrong thoughts in my head, I identify there. And when I came back from Vegas, for 2 years, I became president. For 2 years, from career level 3, career level 7. Why? Because I forgot about one crucial thing. I stepped out from the picture. And when you are not On the events, you go down. When I'm on the events, I go up. It's simple business. That's why I'm telling you, you have to be. I know your issues with visas, I know. But I also need to find visa for the States. Even today, for Macedonia, we need visa to go to the States. So don't focus on obstacles. Don't be duck. Don't say quack, 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 quack. Who has visa for EU? You have it? There you go. Are you from Kosovo? So it's possible. Finito. Otherwise, you are focused on excuses. And yes, I became president. And yes, I can tell you, I will be 8.1. And yes, as I overcome all my uplines between me and Mike, there are 20 people. 20. I overcome all of them in only 2 years. Why? Because I was in the picture. And yes, I will overcome Mike Miller. And he knows it and he's happy about this. Tell me some other business like this. And yes, some of you, I don't know who, will overcome me. Which means you will overcome Mike Miller as well. Drilon, it's a joke. He's only 5. Which grade level are you? Drilon? 4 or 5? 5 is joke, 5 is joke. Everybody can do it 5. In our time, there was 150,000 shopping points that was needed for grade level 5 qualification, confirmation. It's only 50,000. Now it's less points to get 5 than in our time grade level 4. And we did it, all of us. You understand? It's easy. It's easy, but it's important who are you listening? Your friends, neighbors, or relatives, or your upline who is already there. But with strong decision. This is the only important. And they are all the time in the picture. That's it. It's so simple. It's so simple. Because the potential is impossibly high, big. Look at this. Let's assume that in Kosovo, the average living cost, that you cannot avoid, per one family is 500 euros. I know it's more, I know. But there is no family in Kosovo that they can survive without 500 euros. Food, grocery, fuel, traveling, insurance, medicine, wedding, and then everything. So 500 euros. Now, the minimum, compare the potential. Minimum cashback is 1%, not up to. Now it's minimum plus 5% is minimum shopping points. Minimum. It's crazy now. It's totally crazy. What you need to do to spread all over Kosovo that their life will be minimum 6% easier now. Minimum 6%. On food, on bread, on milk, on fuel. Everybody is talking about fuel nowadays. Everybody is waiting for heavy winter nowadays. Everybody is talking about inflation nowadays. And you have solution now. Just bring them to Krakow before winter comes. Everybody is afraid of this winter. And what will happen now? 5% is your career points in your network. Drilon, how many people do you have in your total network?
More than 7,500.
So if he did it from small town, from Debar, how many inhabitants Debar has?
The same.
7,000.
10,000.
Is it bigger than Pristina or smaller than Pristina? Huh?
Neighborhood.
I think it's 100 times smaller, 100 times. And he did it. So if you have one day 7,000 people in your total network, and if they save 25 shopping points on spending of 500 euros per month, let's make it 20 in order to calculate easier. 7,000 multiply 20 is career level 5. So it's easy. but you need to come to Krakow. And why only 7,000? Who has already more than 1,000 people in his network? You have already? And which credit level are you? 4? You did it. And are you from Mars or from New York, from Tokyo? Where are you from? No, no. Maybe he's alien. Where are you from? Prizren. Is Pristina bigger or Prizren? You're talking about the same Prizren as I know? Shara Mountain? This Prizren or some Prizren in the States? This Prizren. Which credit level are you? 4. When you reach a certain volume, you get exactly the same bonus. Tell me one other business. If you are waiter in Pristina and if you are waiter in Oslo, is it the same price? No. There is no other business in the world that you live at home, you do your job with the same effort and the same result, you are paid exactly as Japanese guy, Norwegian guy, American guy, Luxembourg guy, Swiss guy, and so on and so forth. When I understood this, I said, I will become president. I don't care about consequences. And of course, I'm not doing this because of Mike. I'm doing this because of my 3 kids. So what was the question?
The question is, Mike told you, I think the 3 of you guys, you can become in 1 year presidents, right?
Yes.
And tell the story.
Thank you for this. This is a very interesting moment. When we were in Vegas, after the seminar, I had totally clear picture what I did wrong all these 2 years. I understood that it's easy. If I change this, result will come. And then the guy there, Eric Bori, announced the next seminar in Europe in next 90 days. In June 2015, there was first time the same seminar in Europe, in Vienna. And then he said, if you bring us, because we were only 250 people in Vegas. You know, the company was very small in this.
Here we are 7.
Can you imagine that? And he said, if you promise that you will bring me 2,500 people, so all of you, you will bring in 90 days 200 and 500 people in Vienna, then I go to Europe. And I organized first time such seminar in Europe. And of course, we said yes, we promise. And then he announced lunch break, and he said, after this, I don't believe in promises. He also said, I do not fall in love with potentials. I learned this from him. And he said, you need to buy tickets. I had no money to come back to Skopje. And he was asking to buy tickets for the next seminar. And I immediately quit. And on the lunch break, Mike Miller invited us. Duarte, you will have opportunity and privilege to learn from this guy. He will be one of the speakers now.
I was sitting with him in Monaco, the same table.
You met him?
I was sitting with him.
Great guy. He has 5 kids. Julia and me, we were at his home in Cascais in Portugal. He lives near Lisbon. And he invited us, Duarte, Terje, Martin, and Zoran. And Mike said to me, okay, tell me what is your market share, what's your target? Because remember this, it's all about market share. What does it mean? If there are 16,000 people in Krakow Arena, and if you need to conquer, to own 1% of the company shares, which is huge figure. 1% is huge income, because company is already estimated of 1 billion pounds, British pounds, 1 billion. So imagine, if you need 1% of market share, you need to have 160 people out of 16,000 in Krakow. Is it simple? So he asked me, Zoran, what is your target? about market share of the company. And I said, 5%. This is my target. Because I knew that I can. Who told me this? The seminar. I understood that I'm capable to have 5% of market share, of total market share worldwide. And he said, okay, how many tickets will you buy now after break? I said, 2. For Julia and me. But first I need to borrow money from somebody. And I was thinking about you. And he said, what? 2? 2? What do you mean 2? And he said, Zoran, do you know mathematics? Tell me the percentage. 2 out of 2,500. Is it 5%?
No.
No. It's less than 1,000 part of the company. And you are talking about 5%. Zoran, you don't know mathematics. You don't know what are you talking about. And he said, you need 125. You need 125 tickets. This is 5% out of 2,500. Do you understand? But Mike, one ticket in this time, because it was a small event, was 250 euros. So it's 30,000 euros. Mike, I don't have 500 additional money to come back to Skopje. Luckily, I had a two-way ticket. So the ticket was already bought to come back to Skopje. But I had no money for sandwich to come back. And now we are talking about this. And he said, Zoran, I don't know, figure it out. But if you want 5%, if you want to become a world class, you need to act like a world class. Otherwise, you are a loser. You and your wife in event is tourism mindset. It's not business mindset. And I said, I understand, but I had no solution. And then he told me this famous Kiyosaki sentence. Do not say, I can't afford this. Ask yourself, how can I afford this? And when he told me, how can I afford this? I even didn't repeat the question. I immediately got one possibility. And the possibility was Hubert's wife, Sylvia. And I went to Sylvia and I told her, Sylvia, at the moment I don't have money to come back to Skopje. Luckily I have two-way ticket, so I have plane ticket, but no other money. And I am planning, my target is, in the next 2 years, to reach 5% out of the total market of light rent in the world. Would you please organize me to sign a check, to find a way to make a signature, a commitment that I will pay in the next 45 days 125 tickets. Commitment. What was my idea? My idea is to call Artem Nagavtsi. Who knows Artem Nagavtsi? You all know. He was my strongest leg in this time, and even today he is my strongest leg. But in Macedonia it was already after midnight. You know? Time zone. And I called Artem at 2 o'clock in the midnight. And she said, something is wrong. And I said, Artem, there is a huge event in Vienna. I'm very sad that you are not here. Because he didn't came. He didn't make this decision, this risk to be present there. And I was very sad that I'm alone there. And I said, I will buy 125 tickets. I need you to promise me how much you will deliver in your... I will buy them, then you will give me money for your share, and you will collect one by one from your leaders. And he said, Zoran, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I cannot call anybody now. I don't know. And then I said about market share. Luckily he understood and he said, Zoran, 30. I'm sure that I will sell 30 tickets. I'm sure about this. I have leaders. And then I said, yes. 30 are sold. Then I called my second strong leg, my brother. And I told him, Artem told 30. Don't tell me that you cannot do it 30 because your target is to become president like Artem. Right or no? He said, yes. Okay, 30 and then we'll figure it out how. And my brother said 30. And then I was not courage enough. Because I have no other legs in this time. I had only 2 legs then. And then I said to myself, Zoran, now 65, you. And I was not brave enough. I was not sure. I said, okay, maybe I will need to help Artem and my brother. So I will sign signature for 80. Personally, I will say 20 immediately. I will produce my third leg, so I will invite new people. If my brother and Artem are not capable, I will help also them. So I made commitment on 80. Terje Donsen from Norway, who was not priority to Mike Miller in 2012, he committed himself to 5%. Yes, you can say, yeah, no way, they have money for them, it's not a problem. It's excuse. It's my mistake. And do you know what happened after 2 years? I became career level 7, yes, I became president. But Terje became 8.2. You understand the difference? Yeah. Terje was not devoted as I was. I was much more devoted. I was much more hard worker in the eyes of Mike than Terje. But Terje brought his 125 people in Vienna, and instead of him to explain to them, he put them into picture, and they understood the business from the best presenters in the world, including Hubert Freidel, including Eric Worre. And that's why Terje became 8.2. Yes, I saved 45 tickets. I saved 45 tickets. Yes, I didn't take the risk. Mike told me then, when he saw 80, he says, Zoran, you are not courageous enough. The only thing that is missing in this world is brave people. That's why the brave people are paid so high. But I didn't understand this in this time. And he said, because of this, you will pay very high price in the future. But I was not focused about what I'm missing. I was focused about what I'm gaining and at the moment what I'm saving. I had no vision and I was not brave. Terje had higher vision, less worker than me, but braver than me. And he became 8.2. Do you know how much he earns on 8.2? You understand? Why I'm telling you this? Why I am telling you this? Because if you now understand that we are 16,000 people maximum in Tauron Arena, my estimation is that there will be 15,000 on the spot. Why? There are always 1,000 people that will buy the ticket, but something will happen. You know, they have wedding, they have, I don't know, birthday party to their boyfriend, girlfriend, they wouldn't come. Always, losers. Out of 15,000, you need 150 to get 1% share of the total world market of this company. If you have 300, you have 2%. You understand? Yes. So what does it mean? We have 40 days left. And you already have teams, because Trillion told me that you are all marketers. So you're not alone already in your network. You're not beginner. So All of you, in those 40 days, all of you, you can invite together with your team 3 persons per day. 3 persons per day, not you by yourself. All your team. It's lousy job. It's job for losers. But because people don't think through figures and facts, they are not aware how close the success is. And they will miss this opportunity. And you are creating your future in these 40 days. And that's why I came here. To raise your awareness about the momentum and to grab this momentum. Use this opportunity. Don't waste time. In next 40 days, invite everybody that you have in mind. And you don't care about the outcome of the invitation. You don't care. You are not emotionally connected with the outcome. You are emotionally connected with the information. You inform them. You don't care what they will say to you. Why? Because anyhow you will become president. And if they say no, they will later understand that they said no to themselves, not to you. And then, when you become president, whatever you propose, they will do. This is how you will become 8.1, 8.2, and so on and so on. So in next 40 days, you are creating your future. And as I promised in the beginning, I'm telling you again, not all of you will do this. 2/3 of you will not do this. Why? Because you will listen to your friends, your family, your neighbors. You will be influenced by the environment. But 1/3, yes, you will do this. And if you do it, imagine 1%. Imagine if you have only 150 people. 1% of the company. Are you aware what does it mean? Are you aware? You are millionaires. And if you continue, next event is in Gelsenkirchen, Schalke Arena, June 2013. 2023. All of your friends will do the same, because those who will come there, they will understand. And you're done. Otherwise, you need to do the same by walk. It's much slower, much harder, and much painful, much more painful. Drižan, are you satisfied with the answer? You got it.